Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to read through the full article here. It is pretty short. There is a link in the description. I'll give a trigger warning. This is absolutely heinous, absolutely tragic. It's in regards to the death of an 8-year-old girl, the murder of an 8-year-old girl, who died weighing only 29 pounds. She was being starved by the mother that you see in front of you, scumbag, and the mother's boyfriend, both of whom have been charged with murder. So I'm going to read through the details in just a moment, but I will let you know that the girl's twin sister weighed even less. She weighed 26.4 pounds. She also suffered injuries. We'll look at that in a moment. So I'm going to say it's a blessing that the twin sister has survived at this point. And we hope that continues to be the case, of course. So we're going to look through the details. On Friday, Texas police arrested these two absolute scumbags for starving and abusing the mother's 8-year-old twin daughters, resulting in one of the girls' deaths last year. Houston police got involved in December after they were called to the hospital where the girl had died. The deceased girl was not only underweight, but she also had multiple injuries and bruises on her legs and ankles. An investigation revealed that the 8-year-old girl was 29 pounds, whilst her surviving twin sister, who was hospitalized a day after her, the twin sister weighed only 26.4 pounds. She also had a chronic rib fracture or rib fractures. An autopsy stated that the deceased girl had acute and chronic blunt force injuries to her back and legs. So both twins were starved, both were brutally beaten. Thankfully, one of the twins has survived, although extremely malnourished, 26.4 pounds. That's the mother. That's the mother, the boyfriend, two absolute evil scumbags, allegedly. How can that happen? How can you possibly have your own children living with you and you see them weighing such ridiculous amounts? 26.4 pounds, 29 pounds. You see that human being, your own child, your own children, you see them with your own eyes. How can that be? How can you harbor such hatred and dish out such cruelty to your own children or any children, but to such extreme extents, to starve them to the point that they are nothing but skin and bones? And then not only that, seemingly these pair of absolute scumbags of the highest order beat them both horrifically. The deceased girl, and we don't know the names of either two girls, the deceased girl had acute and chronic blunt force injuries to her back and legs. The surviving girl, the surviving twin, had chronic rib fractures. Fucking how evil. This is an 8-year-old girl weighing 29 pounds. The surviving sister weighing 26.4 pounds. That's unfathomable. How can an 8-year-old weigh that amount? That makes no sense. According to court documents, there were 2 other children in the home who were in perfect health. We don't know the ages of those 2 children. Medical records indicated that the girl's mother, this absolute piece of shit, which I hope she gets the death penalty. That's my hope. Soledad Mendoza, 29 years of age. She had the girls treated in the past, the children treated in the past, and she was advised that they needed to gain weight. Seemingly that didn't happen. The surviving twin reportedly told police that the scumbag mother would put her in a closet and in a trash bag. The surviving twin recalled an instance in which her mother put her face in a trash bag and said, "It's because you're ugly and I don't love you." I can't tell you what I would do to this scumbag, this woman, if I was in the same room as her. I could not tell you. An investigation led to the arrest of the scumbag and her boyfriend, Ruben Marino, 29 years of age. The surviving twin claimed that the scumbag boyfriend hit her and her sister every day. I would take both of these guys out to the back of the shed if I were able to. The two scumbags have one child together. The boyfriend allegedly claimed that the mother's twin girls were underweight because they would not eat. It was their fault. It was the kids' faults that they were only weighing 26.4 pounds and 29 pounds. According to the scumbag brother, who beat the both of them daily, allegedly, it was the girls' fault why they wouldn't eat. It wasn't his fault, according to him. Thankfully, they're both facing capital murder charges, and the mother's bail is set at $3 million. The the boyfriend's bail is at $2 million. Thankfully, the surviving children are in foster care. So that's good. So there are a couple of blessings there. I'm glad that Texas, who I believe have the death penalty, are taking this seriously. We know that because of these very high bail amounts, which I fully support. You would not want these scumbags on the streets. I mean, what kind of message does... Not only because there's the risk that they flee, there's the risk that they cause harm to others, there's a risk that they commit suicide, but also what kind of message does that send to the rest of the community? Yeah, to the rest of society. I'm annoyed. I made a video earlier today about a health worker in England who has been arrested for under the suspicion of poisoning a child, and that child subsequently died. And for whatever reason, in England, West Midlands, the authorities, the police, thought, oh, you know what? We won't keep her in jail. We'll let her go for now. We'll carry on with the investigation. And, you know, although we do suspect her of murder, we'll let her go for now. That's what they thought in England. Don't know what the fuck is wrong with those guys. But thankfully in Texas, to me, they're doing the right thing here by imposing extremely high bails, such that they are unlikely to be bailed out. Who the fuck would pay the required amount, which I believe may be 10%, perhaps 20% of the bail amounts, which could easily be forfeited? Who the fuck would pay that for these two evil pieces of shit? Nobody in their right mind. So I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Absolutely terrible. I can't even imagine, I don't want to imagine what an 8-year-old looks like when they're a mere 26.4 pounds, when they're a mere 29 pounds. I can't even image it. I don't want to visualize it. And these two scumbags did that to her children. It's the boyfriend. You know, I'll say that I've said this before. I've complained when I read through articles like this. I've said, hey ladies, choose your partners more carefully. And in some ways that applies in this case, but, you know, not entirely, because the mother is an absolute evil piece of shit that deserves death, a painful death. So I'm going to wrap things up here. Hopefully perhaps I'll do an update. Hopefully these guys will be found guilty. Hopefully they'll be sentenced to an extremely long time. And if I'm made aware of that, then that's the point that I'd like to provide an update once we know the sentence that these guys are going to get, these two scumbags. So of course, prayers to the lost child, and prayers to the remaining children. So the twin sister that weighed only 26.4 pounds, who suffered multiple chronic rib fractures. Seemingly, by the information we have within the article, she is in care. So we hope she gets all of the care that she needs, all of the medical attention that she's going to need. She's a long way from being a healthy child. So I would think she needs a lot more than a normal standard foster care placement. I am assuming that the fact that the remaining children are in foster care, that's kind of indicating that there's no other extended family that's in a position to bring the children in to look after the children, which is a real shame. But of course, full prayers to the remaining children. I'm not aware of any GoFundMes. If any of you guys do become aware of a GoFundMe or similar for the benefit of the children, then please do point me in the right direction. I'll update the details accordingly. But I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. If you do value this type of content, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. I think this will be my last video for this evening. I'll do more tomorrow. And thanks, guys, for tuning in. Take care.